is Kings Abanson. I'm from Akwa Ibom State. I grew up in Ajaokuta, Kogi State, where I had part of my primary and secondary education. Then I later then moved to Akwa Ibom State, where I had part of my tertiary education. And I am single. Professionally, I am a director in Proficient Capital. I'm also a director in Enlist Retain, and I'm also a director in Assiduous Limited. Okay, so in my tertiary institution, I was really on my own. On my own means a lot of people in my tertiary institution or my university per se, they didn't have the kind of attitude I had, the kind of knowledge. Very few people had the kind of knowledge I had, and it was very difficult to cope with them. Most of what I did was on my own, so there was not really even during when they were doing the director of socials, the office, the school politics, the student politics. It wasn't really a thing of joy to me to join because I really didn't want distraction. All I just wanted was to graduate. And let me just make you understand something. Schools do not really make you a made person when you're out. The struggle is when you're out from school, not even when you're in school. I mean, I already had mentors as I did who were already mentoring me that school is just a passage. School makes you just to be learned in the society. I didn't come out with a really good grade, a really fantastic grade, but I came out as an average person, hoping that I'll get back to the institution which I came from, which was banking. And that was just everything to me. So school politics, I was not there. The gathering in classes for reading, I was not there. It was just me and myself trying to fix myself up to just rush up the whole thing and graduate. Okay, so I got my first job and as a graduate now, not as an undergraduate, and I was working then as a teller in the bank, and I went to meet my boss to tell him that I don't like the tailoring job. I think I know everything here. I need something. I've done tailoring before in my past, well, as an undergraduate. I think I needed something. I was even better than the person who trained me. So I think I needed something more that could stretch me. Just like orange, you need to squeeze it to get the juice out. I needed something that I needed to get my shoes dirty. And they said there was no other place than you have to join marketing. Now, marketing, I was a contract staff. Marketing, most of the times, it's not really for contract staff because you trek your life out. It was very, very, very challenging for me, but just because I wanted to work in the bank, I mean, sometimes you dream a dream and your dream is too small and you change the dream to dream another dream. My dream was to be the MD of a bank then. Now my dream is to own a bank. I don't know what my dream will be next in the next year, but it will be stupid of me to be in the same place last year and I'm still in that same place this year. And that's what stretches my dream. And I've tried as much as possible to be comfortable with being uncomfortable because that's the only way I grew. So a lot happened then because I just wanted to stretch myself, and my boss said, "Oh, you want to stretch yourself? Okay, you have to stretch yourself and go join marketing." And I trekked the whole of this town looking for funds. I mean, it's not easy. It's one thing looking for funds. It's another thing knowing the people that needs to give you these funds. And I wasn't doing the strategic marketing because I didn't really know anything about marketing. I just felt I was supposed to go up and down like all these GNLD, Swiss Grid, and all these guys that go around doing network marketing. No, at times the way challenges hit you at times. Sometimes I don't feel like going to work. At times I'll just sit in my house, say, "What kind of thing is this?" And I already started negotiating to work in another bank. Now, Heritage called me, but for another level. But there's a thing about this. Heritage is calling you for another level. The target there will be more. I don't know how to make you guys understand, because if you've worked in the bank, you understand what I'm trying to say. The target is more. Great powers, great responsibility. Peter Parker, Spider-Man. When once you have great powers, you have a lot of... once you have more responsibility. If you're receiving 1 million naira today as salary, there's some kind of trouser you will not wear. There's some kind of hair you will not make. There's some kind of wristwatch you will not even wear. That's if you're receiving 1 million. If you're receiving 40,000 naira salary, there's some kind of trouser you will have to wear. There's some kind of hair you will have to make. So when great powers come, so I turned down that. And my friend, his name is Sonny. I like to mention his name because he's quite an inspiration to me. He was working in the bank then, I was working in the bank. Okay, guy, why don't we come up with our own financial services? You have the brains, I have the skill. We come together, we start up something. It wasn't looking as if it was going to work, but you know, when you plan and you keep planning and you keep planning, there's this possibility that out of 10 things you've planned, 2 can work. We tried fast food then, it failed. We tried fashion, it failed. We tried financial services. We saw the lights and that it could work. So I went to meet some of the high net worth customers I knew, and I spoke to them about it, and they all promised that okay, no, it's a nice business. You know how big men talk. Oh, it's nice. Don't worry, we'll invest in you. And that led me to my resignation from the bank. I resigned from the bank to start my own bank. You might not see it now, but it will surely come to pass. Because when you work towards something with trustworthiness, with integrity, with confidence, and with hope, it will surely come to pass. If not now, certainly later. There's a man they call Tayo. And Tayo and what's the other guy's name? Okay, Tayo is late. Fola is not late. Tayo and Fola, they started Guarantee Trust Bank. But before Tayo and Fola started Guarantee Trust Bank, they both owned a barbing salon. How did they own this barbing salon? They used to climb bike from island to mainland to go and cut their hair. And one day they saw an accident on the road. And when this accident happened, they came together and said, let's start a barbing salon. If they didn't see that accident, they would have still been traveling to go and barb their hair. I mean, from island to mainland is about 2 to 3 hours. I'm talking about probably 1991, 1992. So in 1992, let me say 1989, there was no barbing salon in the whole of Lagos Island. That's what it meant. Because if they were to be one, they would have been barbing their hair there. That accident made them to open a barbing salon. They run the barbing salon for 1 year, 2 months. Both of them decided to come together to start up a bank. Today, Tayo is dead. May his soul rest in peace. Fola, the present MD of GTCO, not GTB, GTCO. The present MD of GTCO was one of their pioneer staff. Tayo was the MD for about 8 years before he died of cancer. Fola became the chairman as at then. When they started Guarantee Trust Bank, they never knew that to be one of the best banks in Nigeria. When they started Guarantee Trust Bank, they never knew that that's the bank that will pay. Tayo never knew that that bank will pay his family till they die. As I speak to you today, Tayo has only one daughter. That gets over 2 billion naira every year from Guarantee Trust Bank. as a severance payment because he wrote his will and willed it to the only daughter. And whatever GTB makes, in a year, GTB makes over 285 billion. And out of that money, they give it to the daughter. That is building a legacy that will last forever. So as far as GTB Bank is alive, that guy gets over 2 billion every year. What I'm trying to say is, Proficient Capital might not be a bank today, but it could be a bank tomorrow. We just need the right people, the right support. I left the bank because I felt the MDs and the EDs of every bank, they don't have two heads. They might not be more intelligent than we are, but they are experienced. And it's this experience we're counting on to grow. Tony Elumelu was already an MD of a bank at 32 because people believed in him. He was already the MD of a bank at 32 years old. And he keeps saying that Africa will not like to invest in younger generation. Why? Because they feel we're too full of ourselves. We misuse funds. So for any man to give you money, you must be over 40 to 45 years where you have a family and 5 kids or 3 kids sitting down. It's not so. And we will set an example to youth in this country to show them that we can handle 5 billion and handle it successfully. And the people who have deposited that money with us will come back for their returns on investment and we'll give them back. It was based on this premise that I said, okay, I'm leaving the bank. And here we are. 3 years, 4 years down the line, I've not regretted for once why I left the bank. Although it's still a financial sector here, but then since we were small scale now, and we're hoping to get into big scale, but as we are now, as a small scale, we're using this opportunity to also encourage other people who see or who look up to people like us and let them know that you don't need to give up. It's too early for you to give up. Abraham Lincoln said only the test of fire makes fine steel. So for that gold you're wearing on your neck, it has tested fire. That's why it's beautiful for you to go to the market to buy. We have to test fire to come out fine. We have to test fire to come out rich. We have to test fire to come out wealthy. We have to test fire to come out the way we're created to be. We're all created for so much more. Nobody was created to be poor. It's just that we don't think. We're out of thoughts. And I feel if you are alone and you're thinking of starting up something, have a partner. Someone that sees the kind of vision and dreams. I mean, if you go in twos, you go further. That's what I feel. The challenges, when we started, it was not really easy, of course. We made a lot of mistakes. And there was a time in Proficient Capital. The good thing about Nigeria, let me put this straight, is you could even start a business without registration. And from the profit you make from the business, you use it to register the business. We started Proficient Capital in our room. We didn't need to register an office. There was no money. There was no money. One of the red letter days was us advertising ourselves on social media as a startup, and the next thing, someone comes, I need 500,000. I had to go cry to my partner. My partner said I was not a good businessman. And he kept saying that thing. And he laughed. He said, don't worry. That a time will come whereby 500,000 will not be the problem. It will be 50 million. I think those times are the times now. Like 500,000 is not a problem to give out as loan. There was a time that 100,000 was a problem to give it out. People will not believe in your business until they see it grow. How do they want to see it grow? I don't know. But nobody believes in your business until they see it grow. So it was quite challenging because 1, there was no money. 2, no helping hand. I left the bank and I was receiving very well. And leaving the bank to nothing, it looks like I'm stupid. But then there's this curve I see when it comes to startup. Normally when you're in the bank, your curve goes up. But when you're an entrepreneur, it goes straight first. Another 6-7 months, it starts going small. Now, the speed it uses to go up is more higher than the speed that goes up like this if you're in the bank. At times, it goes straight like this and it goes up like this. The speed is different. So my advice might be very, very controversial. I put it that way because I see people going around saying you can do this, you can do it, you have to be an entrepreneur. My motivation is not for everybody. It's only for people who are strong enough, like a lion. Go to where your strengths and your passion lies. Acquire a lot of skills. There's a guy they call Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders is the founder of KFC. He used to call his friends, come, I can do you some grilled chicken. And that was his passion. He kept doing grilled chicken on for them until he decided to commercialize it. He decided to put it out there. Oh, I can do grilled chicken. I'm good at it. As of today, KFC has made over $2 billion in net income. As of today. Where is Colonel Sanders? He's dead. But his business continues to thrive. This is the power of an entrepreneur. As of today, Nigeria is owing over 33 trillion naira. And government cannot pay this. The next government that is coming will definitely borrow because he might come to meet an empty treasury. The only savior to this country are entrepreneurs, private businesses. Those are the only savior. And that's why some people have to be entrepreneurs. Some people have to work on entrepreneur. It's just like a calling. Aaron was an elder brother to Moses, but he wasn't called. Aaron could speak well, Moses could not. Moses was a stammerer. So Moses decided to lead the people out of Egypt, and Aaron was to be his follower. So let's say Moses was an entrepreneur. Aaron wasn't. If Aaron had done it, he would have failed. Most people fail in business because they are not called. There are people that are called. You have to find your passion. You have to find out if you're called. So I advise my younger ones, find what is your passion. Turn your passion. If your passion is to do photography, commercialize it. If your passion is to cook, commercialize it. If your passion is to sew, commercialize it. And that is the truth. Don't settle for less. Don't play small in a big market. There are over 200 billion people in this country. If you sell anything and make 1,000 naira every day to 50 people, 1,000 naira every day to 50 people, you're making 50,000 naira daily. 50,000 naira daily times 5 days, you're making 250,000. 250,000 times 4 weeks, you're making 1 million in a month. If you can just sell a product of 1,000 naira to 50 people. That 50 people is not up to 1% of the 1% of the 1% that are in Abuja. Not to talk of the whole country. Come up with a product. Brand that product. Sell it for just 1,000 naira. 1,000 naira is easy to buy. Sell it to 50 people. In a day, you're making 50,000. In 5 working days, exclusive of Saturday and Sunday, in 5 days, you're making how much? 50,000. In 4 weeks, no, in 5 days, you're making 250,000. In 4 weeks, you're making 1 million. So you get 1 million naira as gross revenue. You remove your, you remove your expense out. Whatever is your gain, you know that this is what you're getting. But at the end of the day, it will be calculated as what you get grossly. Last year, we made over 2 billion. Proficient Capital that started with less than 500,000. Last year, FIRS, they came after us. They charged us with over 181 million. We told them this is in and out. Turnover doesn't mean profit. Turnover doesn't amount to profit. So, my advice to younger ones, spearhead yourself. Don't dim your candle. Don't light your. Jesus Christ said, "Don't light your candle and put under the table." You're blocking yourself. Go out there